phone. But now we're back. Final episode before I go away for the summer, most likely. We will probably still do some recordings there, possibly, most likely. But yeah, this is the last one for
Welcome to the Ring the Bell podcast for the last episode and at least the next week or two, most likely.
yeah. Look, fifth one, get on to the next stand with the next one. So I have nothing planned to talk about today, Caleb. I'm weirdly optimistic about the Phillies right now, even though we've lost 3 or 4. And it's not because Travis Jankowski hit a home run 25 minutes before we started recording. It's because on the West Coast trip, I expected to go 2-4. I was fine. I wasn't overjoyed, but 2-4, fine. But before that, I thought we were playing great. I just like the way we're playing right now.
Yeah, I see the point. I feel like I'm not thrilled with how the Nationals had, like, the win yesterday was like we had bases loaded. The loss yesterday, we should have won. But I'm not quite as optimistic as you right now because I know we had a tough trip. The Dodgers then Giants, two good teams fighting in the NL West. So you can't expect to come out, but we had one great game against the Giants, but other than that, we kind of just didn't play as well as we could have. That's my issue.
Yeah, I think, look, I don't play baseball. You also don't play baseball. I definitely never used any pine tar or anything. But Nolan and Eflin looked like shit in the first games that they started checking pitchers. I don't know if that's why. They weren't checking, but they were getting used. I don't know if that's why, but they both looked.
Yeah, I don't know. Noah's gotten blown up a few times this season, even before they started doing that. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily like they're checking him for like resin and sunscreen or anything. But they've checked Vinny Velo a couple times today, and it's quite the sight to see. I don't know if he's still throwing a no hitter, but
By the way, I hate the way the players are handling it. I can't. It's like
all freaking out.
Like Max Scherzer. It's like I get it. It's like he's gonna like Sergio Romo for the A's like pulled his pants down. It's like, dude, it's the rule now. They're not like the umpires are not doing it out of turn. Just make it painless. I think they should start. Honestly, if you're the MLB and you want it to bat showing up to stop, you just be like, okay, automatic ejection if you pull your pants down on the field, which I think is fair. I think that's a fair thing. But
yeah, I don't know. They're making a big deal. I feel like a lot of the pitchers are making a big deal out of it when it's known that like half the MLB was doing it. So they're like now they're protesting being checked all the time. I don't really understand that.
Yeah, I think maybe it's like, oh, look, I'm protesting being checked because I'm always clean. Just change the rule back so you don't have to check me, and then I'll actually use stuff. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't think the rule is going away. I think in a week or so, pitchers will stop like putting on a show. And that'll be that. Girardi last night with Scherzer was. I didn't
call him a clown or something like that.
Yeah, the GM called him up. What did he? Oh, it was something. He got the notification. Not sure what it was, but a con artist.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They were saying on the NBC Sports Philly, which I believe those guys. They're biased. I'm also biased. Like all the balls are going back in the Phillies dugout. I don't think maybe they saw something on a ball. Either way, he can request it. Like he's not a con artist. Like whatever. And you know what? You can request Phillies pitchers too. Fine. Like I won't care if they do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they see Max Scherzer having too good a season. He's going to threaten that Wheeler Cy Young.
Right. Cy Young last night. That Wheeler start. Can we talk about that Wheeler start? He was terrible. I 2 starts ago in LA. He threw 6 innings scoreless in Dodger Stadium. I thought he was terrible.
But he avoided runs. He didn't like prevent them, I'd say.
Yeah, it was like lucky
yeah.
Stuff. And this start, Yan Gomes, like the two out RBIs is what I can't.
Yeah. Were you listening to the Phillies broadcast though? I don't know why that reminded me of the dude who 50 years ago hit 2 home runs and threw a no-hitter?
Yeah. Well, I was like, yeah, that was wild.
What kind of game did he have? My goodness. But anyways, that's completely unrelated. I just thought
Completely. Yeah, not related at all. But yeah, Wheeler looked bad. I mean, the offense scored 2 runs, and I don't know. Probably, for me, the Brad Miller at bat just killed us. I was like, just move the runner over. That's all. Runner on second, no outs, down by 1 in the ninth. You're a lefty. Hit a ground ball to second base. I don't need to hit.
you're scared of him too.
What?
You're scared of him too.
I know they're walking him all the time.
He's the
So
most feared player in baseball now.
it's, and then he didn't get the runner over. He struck out, and then we had like the walk and the whatever, and the infield single. You needed the runner on third with less than 2 outs, and I guess we got that. But also, like in that situation, am I crazy for rather having just a runner on third than bases loaded? I think I am, but like something.
No, I don't know.
Like I know we could win the game with a single. I've just never seen the Phillies win the game with a 2-run single.
Yeah.
Always struggle to get that last run.
I think you're so much more likely to hit a ground ball to second and have the guy go home, or like
Yeah,
run on third. Or just back fly. If you hit it in the outfield, it's scoring.
yeah, I guess that's either way. I don't know. Miller needed to get the runner over. Regardless, that was terrible. And then Odubel just popped out. And for a second, I know Josh Harrison was really close, but when he went to go check on Trey Turner, like part of me wanted Alec Boehm to just start running to home. Like when they ran into each other and Harrison started laughing and they just started looking back, I was like, just run now. You won't notice.
Yeah, gotta take a risk because you can't count. I don't know. It seems like we never do anything clutch. Like obviously, Gene Segura is out of the lineup now, so that's why. But
I was saying it last night. One, Gene Segura could have saved a run last night. JT Romito threw down to Brad Miller twice on stolen bases, and Brad Miller never got the tag clean or didn't pick it clean. Both times the throw beat the runner. Maybe if it's Gene there, he gets the tag on Soto quicker. Was it Soto? No, Josh Harrison. Soto. It was Soto. And then Soto came to score on a RBI single with 2 outs from second. So the stolen base led to the run.
yeah, no, I feel like Gene Segura is a very underrated fielder, and not just fielder, just player overall, but specifically talking about fielding. He's a solid fielder, and like he's kind of lazy. Like I feel like everyone knows that by now. But he's definitely like he can when he like puts his glove out there, he makes plays. Sure. He's a cannon arm.
Yeah. I don't know if it actually is effective because it takes so long for him to like load up. But his transfers on double plays, the ball just goes so fast. It is a cannon out of his arm.
I'm always worried he's gonna fire it into the netting.
Yeah, but the only person on the Phillies who I'm not worried about throwing it into the seats is Torres. And that's purely because he doesn't have the strength to get it there. That's the only reason. His home run in San Francisco was not electric. That was electric. Go ahead, Homer, Ferrani. Okay.
Legend.
I think today's game's important. I am not going to chalk it up as a win, even though we're down or we're up 4 in the fourth. Can never do
Definitely
that.
Not.
But let's just say we are to win this game, and the Mets win today. Sure. So we're 4 games back. Our next 4 games are against the Mets
in New York.
In New York. Hopefully, they don't have Stroman, who got hurt yesterday. And they put Familia and Gesellman on the IL, and Lucchese's getting Tommy John. They're still being patient with DeGrom, but he'll pitch and we'll lose.
He'll go a game. He'll have one of these games.
But if Stroman's out, we're facing DeGrom, Taijuan Walker, and a couple of minor leaguers.
Is Carrasco in?
No. Carrasco and Syndergaard are out for a while. But we'll have everyone but Vinny. So we'll have actually, it might be Ranger Suarez instead of Spencer Howard. Because that's a doubleheader game, but we'll have Ranger and Spencer. They said they might start Ranger.
Right.
for one of the doubleheader games, and then yeah, I think we have our 4 good pitchers going, other than one sec. Sorry about that. My sister asked about ramen. That was annoying. But yeah, I think it's the season changing. If we get swept in New York and we go 8 games back or 7 games back,
Agreed.
that's it.
I
That's the season.
I don't see us getting swept because I feel like we're better than that. But if I feel like even losing 3 out of 4 could be catastrophic for us right
Yeah,
now.
if we go 6 back or yeah, I think we need to win 3 or 4. I don't want to split. This is the opportunity to get back.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. If we can take both doubleheader games on Friday.
Yeah, this is the weirdest thing. Kruk mentioned it on the broadcast today and last night. We have a doubleheader Friday. Both teams are off tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It makes no sense. I'm fine with it because, like, I don't know. The Mets have no pitching, so let's stack their pen up more, I guess. But
Yeah, no, I don't really understand it. I mean, I guess it's because they never really take away off days that are already scheduled. It's not really like they usually just
yeah,
stack on doubleheaders. But I feel like when you have an opportunity like this, you might as well play 9 inning games.
yeah, yeah. I completely agree. But if we speak doubleheader, I'll be like, great job, MLB, because we needed it. Yeah. I hate the Mets. Am I allowed to say I want DeGrom to get hurt? Is that allowed? Do we have to bleep this out? We can't do that anyway. So I said it, and it's out there for the 4 people watching. I hate him. He's so good. I want him on my team. And it's just
He's having.
dude, imagine the Mets still had Zach Wheeler.
Oh, I don't know if Zach Wheeler would have turned into the monster he is today.
Yeah, pitching staff would be insane. All right, I do want to talk about a little bit. I was gonna say the struggles of Bryce Harper, but
hit
he
2 home runs.
that laser today. Did you see that home run?
Yeah, I saw it.
Watching at that point, he opposite field, 112 off the bat, line drive.
Yeah, it was a total missile.
Yeah.
They were talking about how one of the I forget one of them said didn't think it was going to get over. I didn't even see the ball. It was hit very hard.
Yeah, crushed in opposite way. That's great to see. Reese is crazy. We haven't talked since the 0 for 33.
Yeah.
He went 0 for 33, the worst since Ryan Howard post Achilles tear. And not by much. Howard was 0 for 35. He was a couple at bats away.
I thought he was going to get there.
And then what? He's hit 4 home runs since then.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't had consistent hitting, but he's been like he had a good fly ball today too. He has been making solid contact.
Yeah, I mean he crushed that one last night. I don't know how he got on top of that. That was a classic swing through high fastball.
Yeah.
Crushed it. Had the 2 in San Francisco on the 13-run day and had the 1 in LA. I mean, great. You just have to cherish the moment when it's there, when Reese is hot.
Yeah, I just got the Vinny V RBI single notification.
Wow.
So that's good to see.
Wow. Oh my God. You know who we batted in?
Who?
Travis Jankowski. He led off the inning with a double. Torreyes got in the third. And wow. I mean, that's just baseball. When the bottom of the lineup's been so bad all year, and the day we sit McCutcheon to put in Jankowski, he's a triple and a single away from the cycle in the 4th inning. That's just a nice bonus. And Philo hitting singles.
Doing his job. I assume he doubled and then just ran.
Torreyes hit a sac fly to get him the 3rd.
Oh, is that what happened? All right.
It's nice. This was a must-win game. I think you can't get swept by the Nationals after the bad road trip or the road trip
series.
You couldn't get swept in 2 games. I'm very happy that they didn't stress, or they might, but as of right now, it looks better.
It does. 5 runs. Vinny V's having a day, even though he doesn't have his spider tack anymore.
Yeah, I'm worried about Hector. He's the one I worry about.
He definitely
I mean,
uses.
he uses it the most or the most obvious on our team. Like his hat is just always filled with it, and he's always going to it.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what's gonna happen,
It's
but
so important.
I guess I don't know. Do you think Wheeler's been like
I, I
doing?
think I think everyone uses it to some extent. I think that
Do you think Wheeler's been like relying on it to the point where it's
that's
helped?
that's what I'm talking about. That's the issue. I don't know if Wheeler's been relying on it. I don't.
I can't tell because he had such a dominant stretch of like 7 or 8 games where he was just striking out everyone and like going 8 innings consistently. And as soon as they announced that they're going to start looking at it, he's struggled a little bit.
He
Not
had
not
one,
struggle.
he
He
had
has he,
one 6 inning no run start. That was probably the worst 6 inning scoreless I've ever
what
watched.
he had, I think he gave up 5 hits, 4 walks, or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like, how is he getting out of this every time? And then, I mean, yesterday was his worst start as a Philly.
Yeah,
Like
no,
Hector Splitter just goes and dies, and I hope it's not because of the pine tar that's on.
I don't know. The Hector Splitter, let's hope it doesn't hang. Obviously, like he's been a closer for years, and I suspect because there's been a lot of talk about this year. People have been going hard with it. I don't know how much Hector's been doing in the past years, but he's been decent in the past. Hopefully, he can remain solid.
Yeah, I mean, like there have been nights where the white pea on his hat is brown.
Yeah,
It's we haven't seen him pitch yet. I mean, he pitched the other day in San Francisco when we were down 9-2, and he didn't pitch well, but it wasn't a high leverage spot, so like I'll give him the pass. Nolo, I mean, again, I don't know if he relies on it. Could be a coincidence. I've never seen him hang more pitches.
yeah.
Everything was hung. Every single breaking ball was hung in the middle. And it was like Scherzer last night. He was missing a lot of pitches, but they were saying on the broadcast like he misses them where you can't hit them. He misses them for balls. Fine. Nola misses them, and they're just teeing off.
Hmm. It's tough. It's tough. You know, I feel like not a lot of people, like a lot of people are talking about like Trevor Bowers, like what's he gonna look like? Because he's like the inventor of it all. But
No, he's the one who's saying no.
no,
He
he's the chemist. He's the chemist of like he's literally he publicly says that. But if you read about it a little bit, his spin rates have changed like dramatically over the last couple of years, and that's like a lot of people are saying he did that, and that's how he got his contract.
well, first off, I would not blame you can do both. I really do believe that. I think Trevor Bauer can be like, this should be a level playing field. Pitchers have an unfair advantage over
Yeah,
the.
yeah. I think that's his take, but I think that's his stance, and he essentially said, "All right, I'm gonna do this," and he said, "I'm gonna do it right," because he's been the guy that's literally tried a million different substances on balls and like tested them out, and he calls himself the mad scientist of baseball. And he for a long time like it's kind of well documented what he's done with it because like for a long time he was totally clean. Then he started doing it in the last couple of years and he became the Trevor Bauer we know today. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it changes the Phillies pitching staff because I've never really thought about it for us.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't feel like our guys use it that much.
I that's always the feeling I've got, but I guess like obviously Hector's kind of obvious, but do you think our guys are just kind of discreet with it, or we're just not like
I mean, like Jose Alvarado has to use it. He has to be.
oh
He
yeah.
has to be using it. He's like the stereotypical. This is like, I guess he has no control, but the movement he has is
He
just
has insane. I mean, that is what like spider tack is like
yeah,
less control, insane movement.
yeah. I think that's. I mean, but we don't know. We just don't know, and I think we're gonna see over the next month. Like, okay, Wheeler had a bad start. Fine.
Hmm.
Does Wheeler have 4 bad starts in a row, and it's continually because he can't like
I don't know.
hitters?
It would be so sucky to see Wheeler become a slightly above average pitcher.
He'd go from like, you know what? No. Oh wow, we Hoskins singled, then Bryce grounded out. But that would just be just that would suck the
That
soul.
would kill my soul
I need
because
him to be the ace.
seeing Zach Wheeler have the season of his life has been like the main joy of the Philly season. And I just want success for him.
All right. Last thing, I gotta go cut it short today. As I am leaving for the summer, probably there is a lot of stuff I have to do today. But I would like to finish on something I don't think we've ever talked about. I feel like he is the most irrelevant, average player on the Phillies. Like Zach Eflin. I don't know. He's what now? 2-6. ERA is like 4-ish.
He's a good player.
He's. I mean, his ERA should be lower. It's the defensive stuff early in the year. He was one of the victims of it, but it shouldn't be that much lower. He got blown up in San Francisco. I'm still confident when he pitches, but like, if I was a fan of the Cardinals, and I went on the MLB app and I saw, oh, Zach Eflin's pitching. He's 2-6 with a 4.14 ERA. I'm like, oh, that guy probably is not that good. You know, are we Eflin biased as Philly fans, or?
I don't know. I feel like all of Philadelphia talks about Zach Eflin. Oh, he's going to be great today. He's going to light him up. He's going to throw a no-hitter this year. He's like, I feel like a lot of us see Zach Eflin as this quality baseball pitcher. And if you just look at him at like objectively, he's not.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we have the three-headed monster. Like, yeah, two of them have ERAs in the 4s. We don't have a three-headed monster right now because Nola's not that guy, and Eflin is not that guy. Wheeler's been good, obviously, but
Right.
I don't know. Is Vinny Velo? I mean, pitching well today, but he's been great. Do you remember? When we went out inside Chase Anderson and Matt Moore?
Mm-hmm.
That was.
Remember they started for us and Chase Anderson like survived the first game?
I think I changed the Philly season when I tweeted out during DeGrom versus Matt Moore when we were up 1-0. I was like, Matt Moore is better than Sandy Koufax, and he was not after that tweet. And I take responsibility for that.
Yeah. Ever since then, he has been horrible.
And Chase Anderson just like faded into oblivion.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know where he is these days.
David Hale, Chase Anderson, and Matt Moore have not seen the baseball field David Hale saw it last week when we were up, or we were down like. No, when we were up 13-6, I think he pitched that game. But like, why is he there? Let him away. Those three.
I don't understand because like we signed. I don't know how people were okay with going into the season. I was a skeptic from the start. We were going into the season with Matt Moore and Chase Anderson rounding out the rotation. I don't know how people were okay and like seeing that and being like, yeah, we can win games with them because they suck.
They were terrible, and we spent $7 million on them. Why couldn't we just get a good 4, and then we would have had Vinny Velasquez as our 5?
Exactly.
Now, I do have to say, having Chase Anderson and Matt Moore made watching Phillies baseball now so much better that I don't have to watch them. So painful watching them. Granted, I have to watch Spencer Howard, and it's like, oh, he's Zach Wheeler the first 3 innings, and then he's like just terrible after. You know what? This is what the Phillies are. They're an average baseball team. All these things we're saying, average.
Yeah. It's a tough reality because with I feel like I don't know how it is with other fan bases and other average baseball teams, but with the Phillies, you always get your hopes up and you're thinking maybe this is going to be the time we're going to go on a stretch here. We're going to start winning games. We're going to turn it around, and then you lose, and it sucks.
It's because I think for us, we have the talent. We just like, oh, we can't play. We're so far the last team in baseball in defensive runs saved. It's ridiculous. It's like, you don't think about that when you're putting a team together. Also, it's like, oh yeah, we have Segura, who is great. Now we have Herrera, who's great. Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Rhys Hoskins is solid. Maybe like a 10th, 11th best.
Look at it. You think we're going to be a great team.
Yeah. Didi Gregorius, remember him? Oh,
where is I feel like he should be back by now.
So actually last week they finally figured out what it was. So now
what?
I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist, but they figured out what it was. Basically, they misdiagnosed it for a month, and now they figured it out. And Alec Bohm could be our 8 hitter. Seriously. Who can't play defense.
I really hope Alec Bohm figures out how to hit in the next maybe once. I mean, he's been hitting all right lately, I feel like. I really hope he turns it around next season because if he turns into the next Phillies prospect disappointment, that will be like there's been so many over the years. The one that comes to my mind is Cody Ashley because I was so excited for him when he was like playing in the MLB at first, but I just can't bear to witness another.
It's Dominic Brown. I went to his debut game and I was like, oh my God, he's going to be great. And he wasn't. The thing for Bohm has to hit 300 because he doesn't hit extra base hits. It's getting to the point where like I like baseball short game. Double to lead off the inning, bunt him to third, hit a sac fly, get a run. That's what I love. But Bohm is like he has 2 extra base hits since May 18th. He plays every day. How do you have 2 extra base hits since May 18th? I genuinely believe I'd have 2 extra base hits. And that's like, give me a bloop with some side spin out into shallow right, and I'll get 2 bases. It's like he hasn't hit a home run in years. He has 4 homers, and he plays every.
I mean, he's going to be a 10 to 15 home run guy his whole career.
You can't be a 10 to 15 home run guy if you're batting 230.
It's true.
You just can't.
And I think this year's kind of a wash for expectations for him. Nobody expects him to turn it around and bat like 400 for the rest of the year. But
no, we need it. The one guy. All right, now we're actually gonna go. But the one guy who I have loved in the past month is Andrew McCutchen. He's giving a lot of veteran at bats. A lot of veteran at bats from McCutchen.
I feel like he brings it in his at bats. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't give up.
He's always locked in. He's always tuned in. I don't get that from the rest of the Phils. All right. I'm cutting it off now because I have to go do things. But this has been Ring the Bell Podcast, episode 5.
Thank you all for listening. I'll give you a Lego if you listen this far.
A what?
A Lego.
A Lego.
You will get Legos.
You know what? If you get to the end of this podcast, I will match a charitable donation up to $10 to the charity of your choice. I will match your donation. Look at that. Up to $20. I'll match the donation. I will.
$20 to kids in need.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to donate to, I don't know, a terrorist organization, my hands are tied. I will also match the donation. I don't know if that's a thing, but I will do it.
Tied twice if you donate to a terrorist organization.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said, I think I might have given people ideas. You know what? I will not match it to a terrorist organization. I will do any other charity, $20. We'll match it. And a Lego. Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys for listening.